Hello, say hello to the happy orchid. Hello. Hello, say hello to the happy orchid. Hello. Cattleya orchids cannot be potted. I'm at that point in time. Let me give you an example. So this I potted maybe a year ago. I used ultra big pieces of bark, right? The bigger the piece of the bark, the less moisture, right? It's a kind of bark that doesn't really absorb as much moisture as that garbage like pine stuff you get at Home Depot. So like this is as long, you know, unless you're putting it in like rock or charcoal or something, this is as dry as you can possibly keep something, right? This is for this mix is for something that is very, very, very water, something that hates water. So we're gonna do this in real time, okay? So I'm gonna pull this thing out. So already, where's my little piece? So look, I pull, this is the first thing that happens. What is that? That is a stem and it's rotted off at the bottom. Again, I don't water this at all. The rain waters it, that's about it. Oh, and it's just been sitting out there. All right, so the first thing I did is I pulled off a rotting piece. That's not good. Okay, let's take a look here. I don't know if you can. So as you can see, it's all big pieces of bark. Now let's look at our Cattleya. Let's look at our Cattleya. It is a mess, an absolute mess. Everything here is dead. There's nothing here that's salvageable. These are all dead brown roots. The fact that this thing is even alive is like a miracle. These orchids are very tough in general. This just kind of shows you. So again, look, in the middle of this thing, look what I just pulled off. This should not happen. You should not have rotting pieces of orchid within your orchid pot. That's not how this works. And look, here's another one. It's rotting. It's too wet. I haven't watered this. I did everything I could to keep this thing dry. I am of the opinion. And remember too, I'm in like mega hot Florida, sunny all day, hot. Like you can't get any more, you know, in this environment, things dry very quickly, very quickly. Even with all of that, we still end up with this. That's not good. So these Cattleya orchids, I give up. Another rotten piece, I give up. So this is a mess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mount this so this will never happen again, right? Well, you know what? I'll do it on camera. That'll be exciting. So before I do that, so what I'm talking about here is this. So if you start looking, I try to mount every Cattleya. If you start looking at this stuff, okay. So this is just a piece of wood and there's a Cattleya attached to it, just like you would see in nature. Do we see the roots? Are they rotting? Are they brown? Are they black? No, it's a hello, say hello to the happy orchid. Hello. Look at how green I am. Look at how I'm growing. Nothing is rotting here. I water this every day. You cannot overwater this thing because the roots are connected directly to the material here. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. So, I mean, I could show you a million different mounted orchids here. They all look the same. They have these happy white roots that are wrapping around. Nothing's rotting. You cannot put these things in a pot. I'm done. I'm never putting another one in a pot. Let me turn off the camera for a second here, and then I will show you what I do in this situation. Hello, my daughter just came home from college. She's been gone for 2 weeks. Her name's Sine, and we missed her so much. Is that enough? So this is going to be so easy that you're going to be like, seriously, that's all mounting is? It's not intimidating at all. It's so ridiculously easy. So this is what's called cork bark. You can buy it. I bought it on Amazon. It's extremely expensive. You could also put it on like driftwood or a piece of cedar, or there's lots of stuff you could put it on. something that doesn't degrade. You want it to last for 10, 15 years. This thing will, whatever this is, it lasts forever. This is a very common high end in the know orchid thing that people mount things to. If you go to a nursery, you're going to see the tons of this. I mean, it's really expensive. This was probably like $10. This is a little piece. So I have a big pile of it over there. Okay, so you start now. You see, I drilled holes through it. That is optional. That is me being extra fancy because I want extra airflow, and I like little roots to kind of wind their way in and out here. So I want to give them as many opportunities as possible and as many places to move. And the little roots, this is good because there's little ridges in it. Look, it's going to get grab onto this. Like if you use a piece of glass to mount, that doesn't work. Because how are the roots going to grab onto a piece of glass? That's crazy. So you want to use something like this. All right. Now, here is our sad orchid. So usually what people will do is they'll cut away some of like the dead roots. I mean, it's pretty obvious. They're like brown and, right, this is not really that mind-blowing. I tend to not overdo it because sometimes you cut off living roots by mistake and that can be bad. So I usually go pretty easy with it. I mean, you don't want like tons and tons and tons of roots, but this thing is so on the verge of death. Not on death, but just doesn't have that many healthy roots and they're all rotted out because they're in that stupid pot. Okay, so you trim some of the roots away that are obviously dead. Okay, so you have your scissors. Oh, I made a mistake. Before I clipped, I should have done this. You always have to sanitize. You always have to sterilize. So I should have done that and I forgot. Because there could have been a fungus or something on there and I could have just introduced it to the orchid. So we're going to have to spray it with some fungicide just in case that the orchid has been infected. So yeah, you want to sterilize in between everything that you do. Okay, so get ready for this. This is so complicated. You have this piece of wood, you have this orchid, and you stick it on. Ta-da! Amazing. You want to stick it on, like where most of the new roots are. That's the side you want to stick it on, right? Like the new roots are in this side, so I put the new root side on because it's kind of logical because you want the roots against the wood, so they can start spreading out quickly. Because the new roots, the growing roots, are the roots that are close to the mount, right? Okay. Now we take a little zip tie. These zip ties you can buy on Amazon. I try to get like the really long. They're like 18 inches, and okay, this is gonna blow your mind. Get ready. You're gonna say, Dave, that's so complicated. You should do it again so I can remember. So you put it around the orchid. This could be like an inch longer. It'll work. You put it around the orchid and you pull it. This isn't going to work. It's not long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave it in behind some of it. So I won't do it over the main, like the entire plant. I'll kind of weave it in. So do you see what I did there? There's the twisty tie. I didn't put it around the whole thing. I just put it through, which is fine. All we're trying to do is keep the thing stuck to the cork bark. So you want to keep this part towards the bottom because otherwise, if you keep it up, if you keep the root ball up high, it's so top heavy. When you hang it, it goes like this because all the weight is at the top. Okay. So we're gonna tighten this. Oh, I mean, you really want it on there. Like it is tight. Like it is not going anywhere. All right, that's it. I'm not even kidding. You have just mounted your first orchid. Wow, that was crazy. You want me to do it again so you can? All right, that's probably enough sarcasm for now. Then you get a hook, and so I drill the hole in the top, right? It is now. You see how it's kind of leaning forward a little bit? I probably should have mounted this a little bit lower because then it would not lean forward. We want it to kind of be like that. But because it's a little top heavy, it's going forward like that. Now, usually what I do is this is Physan. This is a fungicide, P-H-Y-S-A-N, Physan. And so I take it and I spray it. Like I said, in case we introduced any fungus. I mean, you know, we just really mess with the roots. I mean, this thing right now is in shock. I mean, there's no way to have it not be in shock. It is in shock. It is, you have to be very careful with this thing. So one of the key parts to this, and a lot of people don't do this and it's bad, is you have to put this under cover for at least a week. Meaning don't water it, don't let anything rain on it, don't put it in the hot sun. It needs babied because it's in shock. Like these roots have been absolutely traumatized and cut, and there's all kinds of opportunities now for fungi and bacteria and stuff like that to get in here. So, excuse me. Yeah. This root bark is giving me allergies. There's like sawdust everywhere. So yeah, so I'm going to put this over in my like covered part of my lanai and not water it and not expose it to anything harsh for at least a week. Give the roots a chance to kind of crust up and callus, right? Like if you had a bad wound, you don't want to always keep it wet. You want to keep it dry so it can crust up and callus and scar, right? Scab. So it's the exact same thing with this. You did it! You have officially become a mounter. You can now mount orchids, and like I said, everyone. I'm at a point now where every Cattleya is getting mounted. I refuse to go through this again. I mean, it was an absolute mess on the inside of things. I mean, you're still, this is rotted. Like, you should not be, you do not see that on mounted orchids. I mean, these orchids that I have don't look like that. Let's go over here. Okay. So, again, I probably have, I don't know, 50 mounted orchids. Here's another good example. My daughter's over there looking at me. Look at the roots in this thing. White, happy, the leaves are green, big new growths. We're gonna have big flowers on this thing. There's nothing rotting. Do you see any black on this whatsoever? Nothing. You can see like where the dead roots were. Like when I mounted it, they're still there and papery and dead. But then you have all these new white roots that have kind of taken over. I mean, this thing, I mean, this is as exciting to me as a new bloom. If you really become an orchid addict, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like you get really, really excited by roots, which is pretty lame if I think about it here. So if you look at any one of these roots here, any one of these mounts, they're gonna be happy. Okay, well, I feel like we got a lot done today. I feel like you've learned a lot. The Dave's Orchid Oasis community is growing. It really is. More and more and more people are commenting, and I want there to be a dialogue. Again, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it because I love it, and I want other people to understand this stuff and become addicted to orchids. And it's so much fun, and I'm kind of getting addicted to making these videos too. Maybe I just have an addictive personality. Maybe that's what it is. But it's so much fun. So on the screen there's a little box that's going to pop up that'll allow you to watch the next video that's going to be perfect, like a perfect follow-up to this one, because it's going to teach you everything you need to do next after you've done this whole mounting thing. So until we talk again, be blessed.